Okay, so nobody's getting the truth from the mainstream media, folks. It's well past time to open your eyes, your ears, and your mind. Do your own research because something isn't right here. And if you can't see that, you are not paying attention, folks.
It's the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order. A world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations.
So let's look at each one of these and see how we can get this down to zero. Probably one of these numbers is going to have to get pretty near to zero. Now that's back from high school algebra, but let's take a look. First, we've got population. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
The important message that we need Australians to get vaccinated as quickly as possible. In line with that, I do encourage all Australians to please go and book your vaccinations as soon as you can if you haven't already done so.
Emma, get away!
When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders.
Okay, we need to stand up against this tyranny, folks. Stop giving away your freedoms and liberties, because the more you give up, the more these people will take until you have absolutely nothing left. That's their agenda. All right, hang on, guys. I have one more to get out. It's out there. Well, all right. So no Rumble tonight, guys. We don't know. Won't let us go live there. So something's going on again. So hopefully people from Rumble will jump over to Matilda TV and we will see you there. But yeah, I can't tell you that because I can't get on the Rumble. Okay, so what do I say? The usual drama going on. Now, one good thing I did see today, and guys, you know, probably I've become infamous after today, I think, because I do believe, and, you know, no ego at all here. I'm just saying, you know, like, yeah, seriously. John Law's funeral today and all the high stakes, everything there, it's just an absolute check, and us taxpayers are paying for that. But what I feel good about is I went in the ring with Aussie live, and he tried to bash me around the ring, and I stood my ground with him. And, yeah, that's my claim to fame. I got the golden tonsils. So golden tonsils is now gone. No mention of Derek Boy's home, no mention of anything else. But one thing that Russell Crowe did get out there, his little speech that, you know, apparently John asked him to do a long time ago, he actually got his movie, Nuremberg, and promoted it. Okay, so I thought that was, yeah, I thought that was quite interesting. Is that a little move from someone in the background, guys? You know, self-disclosure again. Who knows? I don't know. I just know what I saw. But yeah, how dare they put on a state funeral, you know, and we'll pay for it, guys. So how are you feeling about that? Now, top 30, the world is falling behind crucial methane emission cuts. Now, we've killed the cows. We got rid of the cows' fart. We're hitting them with both air. So I think it's up to you people now. I think you need to hold your arse cheeks tight, hold that sphincter, okay, and stop farting. Because obviously we've still got a problem with it. Let's see how we go with that. Lay and elbow, you know, Lay's going at it now. It's just a big circus, guys. That's all it is. So some serious stuff. Cyclone in northern Australia within days, guys, and it looks like a pretty big one. So you people up there in Darwin and that, I know you're still guys, but yeah, our prayers will be with you, and brace up, guys. It looks like it's coming. The regional communities have been torn apart. Net zero issue hangs over New South Wales coalition. Look, the regional communities, as much as these guys, and this is Sky News, guys, all right, but as much as these guys want to talk it up, etc., all right, this is all by design, all right, so we've got to go back to, this is all by design. The media is just using what they want to do to actually gaslight people. So, until we tell them we ain't putting up with the design no more, we've had enough of it, And then we've got the ABC. Now, I don't know about this, haven't looked into it, guys, but Australia's e-safety commissioner has been called to testify before US Congress, and she's been labelled as zealot. So who knows what's going on there, but been called to the US. So I think that'll be interesting because Miss Julie Inman Grant won't really like being put under pressure because she just doesn't like to answer questions or likes to gaslight. So that's an interesting one, guys. I don't know what is going to go on there and happen. But how are we going with our spending cash? How are we going, guys? I know I haven't used a card in a while. And I'm just wondering, how are we going with not putting our resources into the beast? Are we going okay? I don't know. I'd like to know. I just hope that we are.
You need to get on the Wi-Fi because you're really bad.
Am I? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll just click over. All right. Kaz will be trying to stay away from this Wi-Fi, guys.
All right.
Anyway,
sorry, I've come in. I shared out the wrong one. I shared out the yesterday's, but look, anyway, that's all right. I'm ready now. I'm just gonna put that one on. So I had to reshare, but anyway, that's all good. Look, we got heaps of news while Dave's hanging around in the background there. First of all, Dr. Valerie Pearce, she was in Melbourne County Court today. This film is by Amber Drake. Amber Drake was on the scene down there. So compliments Amber Drake for getting this for us.
Oh, sorry, we're going live. We're outside the county court today in Melbourne with Valerie Pearce. Valerie's gone down the stairs, running away from me. So Valerie's had, what was it, your
pre-trial in the county court, and it didn't go very well. I had a justice who disagreed with almost everything I said. I challenged the abusive process of the charges. I wanted to see them reduced. Oh, no, there was no cooperation. Everything that I mentioned virtually said, oh, that'll be dealt with at the trial. I mean, in a sense, it was almost a waste of time coming here. I had to ask him a few times what the pre-trial was all about. I can't even recall what he said.
Oh, it was absolute rubbish, actually, because every single thing that you asked, everything in your affidavit, he just said, oh, no, well, I can't do anything about that. No, we're not here for that. No, that's not for me to decide. The jury's got to decide that. No. Everything was just an absolute farce.
But even when I said to him, the jury cannot decide on legal issues, he said, oh, but I'll instruct them. That's interesting, isn't it?
So he'll instruct the jury about legal definitions that you know nothing about, because he pretty much said that you're a doctor, not a lawyer. He wouldn't operate and do surgery on himself, and you shouldn't be defending yourself. That's pretty much what he said. You don't know what you're talking about. And he pretty much said, Valerie, you need to get legal representation or plead guilty, one or the other.
Yeah, or plead guilty. Yeah. And I told him about 3 or 4 or 5 times, I'm innocent of the charges. I conducted myself in an ethical, moral and legal fashion, the conduct of my profession.
So there's absolutely no way that you're going to plead guilty to any of these charges because you've done absolutely nothing wrong.
I have no guilt whatsoever. My conscience is clear before man and before God. I have no guilt whatsoever.
Valerie has been a medical practitioner for 58 years.
58 years, yes. And I asked him, just on the common sense point of view, does it make sense doing this to a doctor after all these years of service to the community and an unblemished record. And he said, well, it's according to the law.
Yeah, the law, as we know it today, corruption at its best. Now,
look, the rest of that interview is up on the website.
Sorry, Caz, I can't even make comment on that because I didn't even really hear it. It was just I'm getting smashed here. As soon as I've gone to Wi-Fi now, I can't hear. But anyway, it's all good. Let's continue.
All right, no worries. Now the rest of that interview is on the website, but it's also available on Amber Drake's Facebook page. Go over and give it a look. She did an excellent job of interviewing, just discussing what's going on with Dr. Valerie Pierce. Now, one of our favourites is Scotty, and he keeps us updated on the building industry and what is happening in the building industry at the moment. Another one has gone down. Check this out.
The pillar of its building industry, Associated Kiln Dryers, one of the last big Aussie timber processors standing tall, or at least kind of fucking wobbling convincingly. AKD didn't just close a sawmill. They rang the bell on a system that pretends housing demand is high while construction demand quietly dies in the background. And how does that work, you ask? Well, it's simple. We don't build houses anymore. We build policy frameworks, task forces, 5-year pathways, and emissions-aligned future-looking dreamscapes. Meanwhile, the timber mills, the ones that actually produce stuff for a house, are shutting the doors. And why? Because Australia is the only country on earth with a housing crisis and a collapsing construction sector at the same time. Think about the fucking stupidity required for that outcome. Think about it. We have a shortage of homes. It's critical. A shortage of tradies, a shortage of materials, and a shortage of licensed builders who haven't gone bust. And somehow, demand is down for the places that make the raw product. That's not economics. That's national self-harm dressed up as a transition, and it's treasonous. And because we've kneecapped local production with green tape, red tape, blue tape, and whatever fucking colour tape you can think of, the public service invented more of it than you can imagine. Guess who fills the gap here now? Europe. The Scandinavians, the Baltic suppliers. Because we shut down our own plantations and starved our sawmills, we now import half our framing timber from countries that still believe in industry, sovereignty, and actual forests. They have trees. And the geniuses in Canberra act shocked when companies like this stumble. What do you think was going to happen? You shut down native forestry in Victoria and WA, you suffocated pine plantations with planning restrictions, and you let environmental lawyers file injunctions faster than sawmills can file BAS statements. You forced domestic manufacturers to compete with imported European products that arrive subsidised, milled, cheaper, and lands in Australia taxed less than we cut it here. And then, and this is the punchline, you wonder why the Aussie sawmill can't compete. Australia is in a housing crisis because the political class doesn't want houses built. They want announcements about houses built. They want shiny launches. They want press conferences. They want housing accord summits where everyone flies in and goes to a prawn lunch. And they have photo ops with hard hats that have never seen the dust. But timber, concrete, actual builders, the grunt of the industry, that's all been outsourced to foreign suppliers and foreign workers because the blob thinks local manufacturing is just a slogan that you wheel out on election years. So AKD goes under. Who's next? The steel mills, the brick makers, the roof tile plants, the last 2 Australian carpenters who haven't fucked off to Bali?
Yes. Tick, 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 tick. They are going to bring it down, guys. Their idea is to have you living in a 15-minute city. You don't work. You're on a universal wage and you do what you are frigging told.
And don't forget, we've got 1 million houses that need to be built by India. So now look, what is fantastic
what a load of
is
bullshit.
The newbies that are coming on to the scene are starting to sound a lot like us. And he's also one of my new favourites.
All right, let me tell you why the Liberal Party needs to deregister tomorrow. Now, I hate Labor. Everyone knows that. But the Liberals, they are worse. Because the people running the show, they are not right-leaning, nor are they conservatives. They are Greens and teal plants squatting in safe seats. These people are called moderates. They are lying, scamming, freedom-hating, Australia-hating communists that have hijacked the entire party. Now, let me tell you something. A few months ago, I spoke at a rural Liberal convention up in the Adelaide Hills, and I laid it all out on the table for them. What's wrong with Australia? The debt crisis, cost of living crisis, which is cost of government crisis. And I said to them, if you think Susan Ley is going to get us out of this mess, you're a fool. And her deputy, her federal member deputy, got up and walked out. She couldn't even sit there and listen to a member of the public criticize her boss. So like the good little controlled moderate she is, she got up and stormed out. Right, think of that. A sitting senator, federal senator, whose job it is to listen to the people. Well, she couldn't even stay in the room. She didn't even have the guts to get the microphone that was passed around to the audience to debate me. That was one of the first times I ever witnessed firsthand that these politicians don't work for you and I. You want the latest proof? Well, Brad Batten was destroying Jacinta Allen in the polls, and he was fighting against the new UN DRIP treaty. And the moderates knifed him overnight and installed Jess Wilson, who applauded, I say applauded, the treaty process. And now she's saying she'll repeal the process. So either she was lying back then, or she's lying right now. Take your pick. This is politics. They lie to you. Welcome to the real world. And here's the brutal truth with all of this. Even if one, and I mean one, of these teal and green members posing as moderates are in the Liberal Party, they're completely compromised. The entire party. And even if a real conservative was still there, clawed their way to the top, like Brad Batten, the moderates are still there. And the moderates have big power because they are controlled by the UN, the WEF, the WHO, and foreign lobbyists and lobbyists in general. They will leak, sabotage, backstab, betray anyone when the call comes from either Geneva or Davos. It's just happened with Jess Wilson and Brad Batten. And let me tell you this, a traitor inside your own camp is 10 times worse than the enemy. And these moderates are traitors. They are traitors. And there's only two.
He's got it.
He
gets it.
Yeah. Yeah. And are you happy with this, guys? Are you happy with this fake corporation that is, flaunting around as some sort of government, creating all these bullshit policies and fucking whatever else they want to do to you? Haven't you had enough yet, guys? Have we?
No, well, they've got more laws because apparently now there's something called Nazi characteristics. Let's have a listen.
Oh.
Where people who invoke Nazi characteristics could soon face jail time and a hefty fine. Under the new laws to be introduced today, publicly displaying support of Nazism could result in up to a year in prison or an $11,000 fine. It comes after 60 neo-Nazis protested outside state parliament earlier this month.
Now,
they are using them guys to get more critical laws in, guys, that they just expand. Do you hear the fucking language there? Support
characteristics. What is a characteristic?
Characteristics.
Yeah, and even Men's has come out now. So what happened is that the last lot of laws failed, were overturned. We all know the juror was fake, and it's coming out that the juror was fake. Okay, so he's losing ground. So what does he do? Oh, well, we've got this situation now. Now look at this. We've got this going on.
Speech in Australia, but obviously if it begins to tumble into hate speech, or there's naked displays of fascism, anti-Semitism, neo-Nazis on our streets, then we want and expect civil society to take action. And the Attorney General acknowledges that we would be at the forefront of changes to the law in relation to hate speech in Australia. Now,
yada, 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 yada.
Now, Matthew Grunter apparently was raided at 4 o'clock in the morning. He was arrested and carted off in front of his 1-month-old baby and his wife. Now they've decided that they're deporting the whole family. The son was born here. He's an Australian citizen. He has rights, but oh no, apparently not. But it's all playing out.
Not the way of the New World Order.
Yeah, that's it. And it's just ridiculous because Thomas Sewell now has come out and he has said that in light of the treatment of Matthew Grunter and his family, I promise to deport every single member of the Labor Party, Liberal Party, Green Party, and any other opponent of the white race, regardless. Is he trying to win people? Because if everybody wants them deported, nobody wants them.
Look, we're seeing exactly what we're meant to see. All right, confusion, division, hatred. Okay, this is all the creation of the devil, guys, and being passed on to you by what? The New World Order. Okay, so we need to deal with it. It's our job. Me and Caz are doing our bit. I know a lot of people that watch this channel are doing their bit. Okay, no problem at all, guys. All right, but like I said last night, we got to step it up because other people are letting us down, guys. They really are. And that's the general public out there that's just indoctrinated and just live on the bullshit. Live on the bullshit. Would have been mourning John Laws today. You know, well, okay, we've had a death. That's fair enough. Okay. But, man, the way he was, even the priest actually compared him to Christ. Seriously.
And if anybody's read the free book, Little Tim, Big Tim, you'll read about John Laws, his extracurricular activities in there. Look, this guy, he was a member of the NSN, and he talks about how it's a cult. Just play the other side of it.
In one of my videos, the cult I escaped was anti-Semitic. It was completely racist. It was white supremacist. So when I talk about NSN being a cult, and you know, you can have political cults or you can have religious cults that are anti-Semitic or racist, I come from a background of experience. So calling me a Jew, I know what you're getting at. So you're trying to discredit me by saying I'm a Jew. And look, for the record, I don't have any Jewish heritage, and I don't have any religion. So, but if I was, it wouldn't matter anyway. It's such a backhanded comment from somebody that thinks that that's an insult. Look.
So let's have a look at what it is. Charismatic authoritarian leader, isolation from society, us versus them mentality, extreme devotion and control, and suppression of critical thinking. So just when they're around the traps, think that it has all of the qualifying features. So, I mean, not that I actually support the government in what they're doing, because they're using them against us, but obviously it's being set up to create, and this poor dumb guy has just gone along, and of course he's been told to demask because we're so strong and powerful now. He was set up from the beginning from his own people. So anyway, it's just all ridiculous.
Well, it's just like, yeah, what they're going to do, Caz, they know, mate, you know, and this is what the people out there have got to understand and realise is that you're getting played from all sides, guys. This is well set up, well played.
And somebody who is waking up to all of the division is actually Kangaroo Jack, and he's put this together.
Of immigrants trying to get in the middle of our fucking domestic issues, right? It's got nothing to do with yous, right? Worry about your own country, worry about your home, worry about your people, worry about your religion. Don't fucking get involved in our domestic shit. Because at the end of the day, there's one thing that people in this country do not want, especially new immigrants, especially the government. They do not want to see Aboriginal people and white Australia come together. They do not want to see that because it'll be the end of the game. The fourth quarter will be over.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so there you go. He's just waking up and just on time too. What they have is how to talk to your friends about being a conspiracy theorist. So how to talk to you. And they've said here, I've done my research. It's not a conspiracy. They're lying to us. It's all about control. Like this article is absolutely farcical. It is absolutely farcical.
Where was that?
This is on 7 News.
7 News.
Yeah, it was put out yesterday.
Mate.
So
propaganda, gaslighting.
It is.
It's just incredible.
Yeah, it's just so that they can continue to go on, because we've just covered the problems within the housing industry, and then you've got this with the homeless.
Picnic Point Reserve at the entrance,
which,
as you can see, is starting to look more like a campground. But these tents and caravans aren't part of any approved site. They've been set up here illegally. Some campers have even been here for more than a year. Council has tried everything from new signage to locking the public bathrooms overnight, but it hasn't solved the problem. Central Coast Council is now calling on the Minister for Housing and Homelessness for urgent support and immediate resources to help address what's becoming a growing crisis.
Growing crisis.
Yeah.
It's been a growing crisis for a long time, guys. So don't gaslight that you're going to be doing something about it. You know what I mean? Because you won't be. You just make it worse.
No, well, anything that they touch, they get their hands on, they do seem to make it worse, as is shown in this next clip by Blackout Bowen.
Am I wrong about
It's funny about how
the
we got
modelling is right,
billions
Chris.
of
The
dollars.
modelling is correct, which shows power prices coming down as a result of our policy.
Electricity prices are rising, aren't they, Minister? And if you can't admit that simple fact here today, why should anyone believe anything that you say?
Well, thanks very much for the question, Chris. I'm not exactly sure what your question is really in reality. You've got strong views about... Sorry, you asked...
Are electricity prices going up
Chris, you asked the question. I didn't interrupt you. Yeah, I didn't interrupt your question. Do I get to answer it? Do I get to answer it? Thank you.
Look at this kid.
I disagree with the way that you look at these matters. I disagree with the approach that you take. You're entitled to that view.
Ask a very, very simple question. Have electricity prices risen on your watch the exact opposite of what you pledged? Have they?
We have never denied that energy prices are higher than we would like. That's why we've delivered 3 rounds of energy bill relief.
Treasury status, you wrote, electricity prices have fallen. That's not true, is it?
Well, the fact of the matter is, if you look at the recent data, Australia's had the lowest energy inflation in the world.
Why?
No, you might deny that, and I know you deny several things.
What's the reason for it? What is the reason for it?
Mr. Ewan, are you asking a question or are you debating?
No, it's just that you are completely avoiding it, as you always do.
Authorised by AHO's Liberal campaign.
Unbelievable, eh? That's what I mean. They deserve the old stropper, guys. Remember the Paul Hogan show? Hilarious. Hilarious.
Yeah,
well, that guy's just got a head like, is it like some of these cabal members, Caz, they just got heads that like suit it, don't they? It's like they've been picked for the part in the play.
Well, the thing is as well is that it's not the energy crisis is not from, it's from bad management. Like you wouldn't have these politicians involved in anything running a business because you've got this situation, like just listen to, they actually admit it here.
Gas in Australia, it's a huge industry. It's a huge industry. It doesn't bring much to the Australian economy though. If anything, it costs the Australian economy. You're right, it's an absolutely huge industry. It's not a big employer though. It doesn't pay much tax, doesn't pay much in royalties, and the profits go offshore. So I don't know why we're not going to get rid of the gas industry in Australia. It doesn't contribute that much.
I'm just telling it straight.
I just I just find it just unbelievable. Like obviously they're pro-greens and all of that sort of stuff, and gee, why? It doesn't actually. They just don't look at the real picture. They don't look at the big picture of what's really going on. And here's another situation as well. Now, we covered yesterday about Kevin Rudd had lawyered up. Well, this is actually really quite interesting. So Joey Maid has put this out. So Kevin Rudd apparently did attend the small cocktail party alongside Norwegian Nobel chief Thorsten Jagland. So it's very interesting. So, yeah, still coming out about him. And he's still the ambassador to the USA from Australia. Like completely and utterly, completely and utterly not representing we the people at all. And
what
the
a
other
wicked
thing
web we weave. Yeah,
that's right.
At first we do deceive. That's it.
And so Julian McGrath, so Jordan Ditloff has covered this, and it's the House Judiciary Committee has asked for an interview basically. Now I looked it up because I thought it was either they don't technically have any jurisdiction, and they've invited her to come and contribute to the conversation more or less. So she doesn't even have to attend. But it is interesting because I think that the whole thing looks like it's collapsing, and I think that that's good. So while they're down on their knees begging us to back off, we shan't. We shall continue to get the digital ID information out to everyone. So,
yep, kick them in the guts while they're down, guys. That's what we got to do. They like to play dirty. We'll leave their heads alone, but we'll certainly give them a bit of a rib kicking. That's the idea.
We've got Dr. Joanne Howe about the viable babies, which is just horrible. There's 72, I think.
To be saving 79 viable babies. That is a lie.
The SA Health data makes it very clear that the 79 babies who had their hearts injected with poison after 23 weeks and up until birth, they were healthy babies. They weren't killed to save the life of the mother. They weren't killed because they had a disability. And they were older than 22 weeks and 6 days. SA Health's own threshold of viability report says that babies before 21 weeks are not viable. In fact, SA law itself recognises viability when it says that after 22 weeks and 6 days to kill a baby, you need 2 doctor approval, as opposed to abortion on demand with 1 doctor approval before this point. So Tammy Franks is blatantly lying, and at least we have the data in South Australia to actually show that she's lying. But around the country, the abortion data is covered up, and the Albanese government is trying to cover this up even further so that we will never find out the truth about these babies. Sign the petition to force the Albanese government to show us the abortion data in Australia.
I'll get that petition up for tomorrow night's show. All right, so in the meantime, we have the flyers. We've got a lot on this weekend. Let's have a look at them.
And the Mondays at Maggie's crew is calling for tools down. It's time to stand together. A corrupt and tyrannical government is crushing industries, stripping freedoms and silencing voices. This affects every worker and every business. New South Wales under a corrupt government. Enough is enough. We won't stay silent and we demand action. So join us every Monday at the Governor's House in Sydney at 11 a.m. There is also a court call-out for court support for New South Wales Police versus Rocco at the JMT District Court, Sydney. Read driver's licence disqualification. This is on the 1st of December 2025. And there's a court call-out for court support for New South Wales Police versus Michael Schultz at Penrith Court on the 24th of the 11th of the 25. Re a traffic matter. And there is a court call-out for court support in Tamworth Council versus Rocco at the JMT Local Court in Sydney on the 4th of the 12th of the 25th, and that is for rate arrears. And Mullumbimby, New South Wales, will be holding an 8:32 muster from Friday the 21st to Monday the 24th of November. Book a campsite at Mullumbimby Showground. And on Saturday, the 22nd of November, there is an Abolish Abortion Australia conference. This will be featuring T. Russell Hunter, founder of Abolitionists Rising. The tickets are $27.78 and it is on Saturday, the 22nd of November, 11:30am to 4:30pm, 12 Belvedere Street, Surrey Hills. Every Saturday in Melbourne at 10am, there is an instructing of the Governor at the Governor Gates. In Melbourne, Justice for the People would like to remind everyone that they gather every Sunday at 4:30pm at the Shrine of Remembrance. And the Worldwide Rally for Freedom will be hosting Save Australia, Albo Must Go, Stop Mass Immigration, Stop Government Corruption, Saturday the 15th of November, 12pm, Parliament House, Melbourne. And there will be a mass non-compliance date against the digital ID, starting on the 11th of November for 11 days. On the 11th day of the 11th month, cash only or pre-plan, no online purchases and no purchases. A Stand in the Park is having a mega stand on Sunday the 7th of December at Jackandanda Reserve Woodlands. Let's bring all the Western Australia stands together for an unforgettable event from 10am. The Adamogo Freedom Campout is on again, first weekend of December 2025. There's free camping, pub meals, and there's an open mic. And United Voice Australia are holding Australia Unites rally. Stop mass immigration now and address the cost of living. This is on the 23rd of November, 12pm, Rundle Park, Adelaide. And in the vein of Italy, Madison King has called for a one-week national strike, the week of the 10th of December. And flyers are available for the We Say No to the Digital ID. There's a call to action. The team have provided you with all of the flyers and documents and forms, etc. It's now up to you. Print them out and distribute. Every day at 3pm on X, there is a daily prayer space. Melissa 146 239 23.
This is what we mean by we've got to start working together. You can't tell me Madison King didn't know that we were starting on the 11th of the 11th, and now she wants to ramble on about stop, doing this as from, the 10th. Why wouldn't you just contact a few people and get on board with what's going and start it now? You know what I mean? I mean, this is where the country's got to come together, guys. We got to do this in unison, not here, there, that, this protest, that protest. Right. It's time to come together. All right, and get this done. But, just, I don't know. I just, don't. This is why I don't organise anything, guys. This is why I run a news show and bring you the news, okay? Because I tell you what, I'd just be going it ballistic out there. Anyway,
Look, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things happening internationally that are really interesting. You've got this happening in Tel Aviv. So they're protesting Netanyahu. You've got the Muslims speaking out against the Muslim Brotherhood.
After the recent ban of Muslim Brotherhood in Jordan, I have a message to Western countries that still hosts the Brotherhood leaders and members. It's a message from those who know. The Muslim Brotherhood is not just a political movement. It is the ideological mother of some of the deadliest terrorist groups in the modern world. Since its founding,
so you have that. Now in Tajikistan, which is traditionally Persian, that's in Central Asia. So Persians are not Arabs, they are a mix of Asian and European. Instead of donning the niqab, and they've actually returned back to their traditional roots in clothing. Have a look at this. So now they've also banned the name of Muhammad and they've also banned cousin marriages as well. So it's very interesting that there's this movement happening like in that area, as well as MBS. Did anyone see MBS today with T-Man? Dave, did you see that?
No, I didn't.
I'm just going to try and bring it in because I thought I grabbed it, but maybe I didn't. Yeah, look at this now. Look at his hands.
We have a lot of jobs. So I just want to thank you. We've been really good friends for a long period of time. We've always been on the same side of every issue. I think we've done a great job in wiping out the nuclear capacity of Iran. Nobody else could have done that. No other president would have done it. We had the pilots in the Oval Office right here. We were celebrating a very successful attack. So I had them in with that beautiful B-2 bomber that's over there. And they said, sir, for 22 years, we practiced this attack. Our predecessors, these were very young guys, so 22 years, they said our predecessors and us practiced the attack on Iran. But no president ever gave us the go-ahead. 3 times a year they went out and they practiced the attack. Nobody let us do it until you came along.
Okay, I'm going to freeze it there. Guys, could you see what that? He looked down. Let's just take it back. He's looked down. He look at him. He looks down at Trump with the arrowhead. Ready?
Practice the attack on Iran. But no president ever gave us the go-ahead. 3 times a year they went out and they practiced the attack. Nobody let us do it until you came along, and I let them do it because it was the right thing to do. You can't have a nuclear Iran.
Did you catch it?
I'm getting hammered here, Caz. Well, I saw what was going on there. I saw the smirk on his face when he actually, made the hand signal and on the
arrowheads.
But I'm getting smashed.
That's all right. Look, so MBS has a very unusual history. He inherited the crown, the Saudi crown. He was the favoured son, a young son. He was educated in the West. He was also the oldest son of his father's 3rd wife, and his father's 3rd wife was actually Syrian, and I believe she's actually Jewish as well. So he's very different now. Saudi Arabia had very strict rules. Very different now. He's actually reformed it, modernized again, getting rid of a lot of the old stuff that was there. And it was actually a Saudi civil war, 2017, when they had the shooting, the mass shooting at the Harvest Festival in Las Vegas. Las Vegas, was it? Yeah, it was Vegas. It ended up being the,
Yep.
that's right, Franco, that arrow down.
Yeah,
Okay, so he
Prince.
saw him. He saw him. So that was actually the Saudi Civil War, and it said that Trump actually saved MBS's life. And so,
Yeah.
it's good. All right, now
And
just
then
the
he
final.
continued on, when Trump come home, supposedly after the capitulation tour, he come back, and then the Saudi went off and done all his the rest of the meetings for him and that. So yeah, look, there's a lot of stuff going on, man.
That's it. Look, I'm just changing our outro because we're running out of time, and Dave can't hear. So our outro, we're actually being taken out by Rob Cunningham, and he has got a brilliant thing with regards to XRP. This is not financial advice, but he outlines how the rich become wealthy, and it's because they never sell their assets. He outlines that. So he's done it with XRP, but it's a really well put together video. So Dave, if you would like to wrap up and close the show, and I shall hit play.
Mel says good night.
Yeah.
Did you even hear me?
Close the show. Bits of it, yeah.
Close the show.
No worries. Done. Okay, guys. Well, as you can see, we are just getting hammered. If Mel comes into the studio, I'm just getting wiped. All right. When she goes out, I'm a bit clearer, but I'm still not clear. So, we're obviously putting out good information, guys, all right, that they don't really want to see out there. We know that. You know that. All right. We try and stay ahead of the curve. But, guys, we're showing you the genocide in all areas and forms of your community. All right. And that's exactly what it is. It's genocide. It's just a depopulation, by design. You know what it is. Okay. So have you letterbox dropped your community? Have you? Have you asked them to meet you down the park one day or, wherever, have a coffee? Who's the influencer in your street? Yeah. Who can you go and chat to? All right. But guys, we got to start waking people up. All right, Craig Vine's got all the stuff there for you. The stuff's on the website for you. All right, it's only a matter of downloading it, spending $20, all right, and getting it out there, guys. All right, but if you're not prepared to go out and actually letterbox and try and organise your community, what hope have we got, guys? Seriously, what hope have we got? So it's hump day. Let's see if we can get a few printers going, get a few downloads going. All right. And maybe go out and spend some time in our own neighbourhood where you live, all right, trying to help people out by waking them up to what's coming for them. Good night, folks.
Good night.
Every family has one turning point, one decision that changes the next 100 years. For this family, it began with 10,000 XRP. Ripple in XRP isn't hype. It's commodity-like money, like gold in your hands, except faster, liquid, borderless, and immutable. And this father taught his family the most powerful lesson. We never sell the asset. We become the bank. 10 years later, XRP reaches $1,000. Their 10,000 XRP becomes $10 million in assets. No selling, just time, patience, and discipline. With a conservative 4% yield, the family now earns $400,000 per year, or $33,000 per month, still owning every single token. They borrow against their XRP, never selling the asset, just as wealthy families do. A $1 million credit line at a low interest rate funds real estate, business creation, and opportunity for everyone under the family name. Now, fast forward 20 more years. XRP reaches $5,000. Their original 10,000 tokens? Now worth $50 million. 4% yield alone produces $2 million per year. Free cash flow. Enduring wealth. A legacy of strength. and they still never sold a single XRP. Because this family understood money changes, systems change, but principles don't. They taught their children how to own assets, how to borrow wisely, how to create instead of consume, how to think like a sovereign, not a servant. 3 generations blessed because one leader had the vision to plant seeds and wisdom to keep them. Leadership, vision, and patience changed the destiny of an entire family line.